My name is Krizsan, aka Lon du Monte. I'm a musician. I'm a creative. I'm a Christian. I'm a Hungarian. I'm just an all-around artistic dude, you know? Man, I've been making music for like a while now. I started writing songs when I was like 16 in a church back in Hungary. I did start off on my acoustic, not this one. It was a Big Baby Taylor, but I actually love playing my electric guitar. I got a Fender Jazzmaster, freaking awesome. But even more than that, I actually like playing on my bass. Love slap, you probably know what I'm talking about. The reason I wanted to continue playing guitar is actually because of the Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl, okay, The Pretender, that song, keep you in the dark, you know we don't. That song, I wanted to learn that song on guitar and I had no idea what I was doing. They're kind of obscure, to be honest, some of them. So, first one, big one, Red Hot Chili Peppers, especially their guitarist, John Frusciante. That's actually where my name stems from, Lon du Monte. I absolutely love Aesop Rock. He's like esoteric, he's grungy, he's grimy, he's honestly his wordplay and just the amount of words he uses inspires me every time I listen to a project by him. Recently, I've been delving more into my faith, but before that, I didn't really care about listening to Christian artists, so I don't really have any Christian influences, but I do listen to some Christian music now. I'm listening to Isla Vista Worship, fantastic. There's this one band, it's called Ecclesia. They have this one song, Burn Again. Ugh, dirty, so good. It's kind of a mix. It's kind of an amalgamation of sorts where it's just like, I have hip hop elements, I have alternative elements, indie elements, you know, pop elements. It's all these different things, you know? So when it comes down to it, I'm kind of not restricted to a certain genre because I'll make whatever I feel like making at the time. I want to be basically genreless and just do whatever sounds good. I'm working on a project with my buddy Elijah. I met him through this church group. We were having a worship night one night and he took out the guitar and just started playing it. I'm like, we need to link up. I need to get your Instagram. Let's work together. And yeah, it's just this relationship that happens so naturally and we make such good music and it's a bit different than what I've been doing the past couple of years. The past couple of years, I've actually been doing stuff solo because I used to be in a band, but then we disbanded in 2016, and 2017 was when I dropped my first solo album. But now that I'm working with Elijah, it's so fluid, and we just click. We have this synergy. It's just, you know what I mean? It's that mesh, but also the main elements or the main themes of the project are actually tied to our faith and, you know, the spiritual aspect of things. It's honestly the most important thing to me to have my faith and practice it. So putting it into my music, it's not something that I used to do, but now as I'm maturing in my faith, it's something that I'm doing more often. I'm not gonna get it right every time, but I do want to incorporate my faith into my music. And I want to use elements of my faith to be able to pull from, to draw from those experiences, to be able to incorporate into my music. So I think my faith and my music, they can't be separate anymore. Creating, it's a very fickle thing. Like, it's not like one day I have this amount of creativity and then another day I have like another amount of creativity. It's just all so wishy-washy. And my faith is something that's this solid foundation, but it doesn't necessarily influence how much creativity I have, if that makes any sense. I don't wait for motivation to hit me to be creative. Instead, I go out and I just start things and then I'll be creative. So we have this saying in Hungarian, evés közben megjön az étvágy. So what that means is in the midst of eating, you'll get your appetite. So it applies to making music as well. When you're making the music, The creativity will come to you. I'm trying to start a clothing brand. I do a little bit of graphic design on the side, and I want to build this thing up. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm so at the basic starting level. I want to sew my own clothing. I want to have custom designs, custom cuts. I know that I have no idea what it entails. It's a lot of work. Like, I know that it's a lot of work and a lot goes into it. I don't know if I would have the time or the means to do that. I would like to experiment with it. I want it to be kind of like streetwear, but also sanctified streetwear. Like, so bringing my faith into that aspect of it. The brand is called Sanct, S-A-N-C-T. And what that came from is the word sanctified or sanctification, is to make holy. And I love that idea of just like bringing that holy aspect of my life, that faith part of my life, into clothing and just having it as a representation of what I believe, just an outward thing. So it's like when people see it, it's just like, whoa, what is that cool design? And it's just like, okay, what's the meaning behind it? As for what the brand stands for, it's sanctification. That's the goal, is to reach people and share the good news. I want that to just be ingrained in people's minds. I try and incorporate my faith into everything that I do. You know, I think it's important. It's the most important thing to me. So if I can't, or if I don't incorporate it, I'm missing out on the purpose of my life. I want to incorporate music, art, and fashion. Just meld it all into one thing. And just have that as this driving force of what my life is about. I feel the need to express myself in some sort of way. Whatever it is, you're gonna hear what I'm trying to say. I'm a connector. So if I can connect to you in some sort of way through either the music, the art, or the fashion, there we go. This last year, ever since I joined the Army, like before that, my life was a freaking mess. It was a mess. But I joined the Army and got a little bit more discipline in my life. And then I found a church. Rock Harbor is the church I attend. And I attend Sunday nights. And I'm not just attending, but I'm actually serving there as well. So I'm on the hospitality team. It's nothing crazy. Like, yeah, I greet people, or I stack chairs, or, you know, I help out with this or that. It's every little intricate piece of the machine that needs to work in unity so the machine can work specifically for its task. And I feel like I'm a part of that when I step into serving. And ever since then, my faith has been growing and growing and growing. And I found this group, this wonderful group of people. It's been a catalyst for a lot of growth. Like, I've given up things that were not benefiting me, that were not serving me. And my group was there to help me. They were there each step of the way, praying for me, coming alongside me. And I've grown so much as a person. I honestly could not do it without God's help. I got some friends that I pray for and that I have prayed for. And, you know, there's this passage in James 5:16. Therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for each other, and you will be healed. The fervent prayer of a righteous man is powerful and effective. Basically, what that's saying is confess your sins to one another and pray for each other, and you'll be healed. And those are the mountains that need to be moved in people's lives. It's the sins, the mountain of sins that we all have. What I think is most important is to touch people's hearts. And to be able to do that, you gotta move some mountains. There's this story in the Bible, the story of Job. He had everything he could have ever wanted. And then it was all taken away from him. But then God restored him and gave him even more. And I feel as if that's kind of the story of my life, where I had everything taken away from me. Just everything. Family, relationship, sanity, to be honest. All these different things. And then I was faithful to God, just like Job, and he's restored so much. And every day, it just keeps getting better and better and better. I do have my off days, but I believe that he's restoring me and giving me more. And there's so much light in people, and there's so much light in the things around us. And I know that God has just opened my eyes and changed my perspective on a lot of things, and given me creativity in the process, given me things that I can hope for, things that I can look toward, and things that I can bring out of the darkness. And I like to look at life through this lens of, I'm not where I used to be. And I'm progressing. I'm not perfect, but I'm on my way.